Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Technology Kaizen. In this video, I will be explaining you how you can use the if formula and formula. Let's start. So I have a data set over here containing the name of few countries: India, Japan, England and USA in column A. I have some their targets in column B and I have some actual performances in column C. I want to check whether they have met their targets or not using the if formula. Now you may be wondering what is the if formula. Now if formula is used as a logical formula which checks whether a condition is met, and it's going to return a value if it is true and value if it is a false. Now let's try it. Let's start with equals if, open parenthesis, and select the first value which you want to check. You want to check and make sure the actuals are above the target value. So we go to select the actual value here, that's for India, C2 greater than, that should be the target in B2 here, comma, you need to type in the value if true. So if the condition is met, what would be the returning value that you want? So I want to write like in inverted commas, target reached, close. Now what if the condition is not met in the given scenario? Then we are going to line not reached. So the formula will check logically whether the values are true in terms of your condition here and returns the value accordingly. So in this scenario, in first scenario in India, our actuals are above target, so it should say target reached, and it did. So let me drag for the remaining ones to check whether it's working or not, and you can notice that none of the other countries were able to reach the target. But if I change the value to 801 here, which is above the target line, it should change the target one. So you can see what is happening here. Using the if formula, we were able to find out whether the target was met or not using the logical statement. Let's take another example. So we have few names here. They have scored some marks in the subjectives, and we want to find out whether they have passed the subject or failed based on the criteria that the candidate has scored 35 or above in that particular subject. So let's type in equals if, open parenthesis, we want to check their values greater than or equals to, this time we want to make sure a candidate passed if he scores 35 or above. So let me type in that 35 manually, comma, inverted commas, pass, that's going to be the value if true statement, and failed for the false statement. So this should check whether a candidate has passed or not easily by using this method. You can see here, as they have not scored 35 and above, they have been scored as or valued as failed. If I change the value to 35, now he's passed. Now what happens if I have multiple scenarios? If by default supports only one logical statement. For example, if we were to calculate for 3 subjects in the same scenario, we cannot use the direct if formula because it supports only one logical test. Here we are going to use the AND formula with if to return and check multiple values whether true or not. So we want to pass a candidate on the basis of he has to pass in all the subjects, like he has to score than 35 and above. So this time we are going to use if along with the function AND. What does AND do? AND returns true if all the arguments are met. So it's going to basically like logical 1, 2, 3 and so on. So we're going to select the first cell, that's subject 1 greater than or equals to 35, comma, subject 2 greater than or equals to 35, comma, subject 3 greater than or equals to 35, close parenthesis, comma. Now this concludes the part of AND, and it concludes the part of if logical test. Now you need to simply type in the value of true statement, that is pass, comma, and fail, close parenthesis. So we have used the if formula along with AND to check whether multiple conditions are met, and we want to return pass if the candidate has scored 35 and above in all the subjects, and he is going to be failed if has failed even in one subject overall. Enter. Now the first person was scoring above 35 in all the subjects, so hence it was returning pass. But if I drag it down, you can notice that one person has failed even though they are having high values in the first subject 2s, but in subject 3 he has scored only 34, hence he is considered as failed because the formula said that subject 3 was not meeting the criteria, so hence it said failed. Just for the sake of example, let me change the values here, and it's working perfectly. That's it guys, this is how you use the if and formula to check a single condition or multiple conditions are met, and you can use the value if true and value false to return according to the returning values. Thank you very much for joining. See you in the next video. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.